Thank you for listening to The Quest Company. This side quest was recorded just before the passing of Anthony Bourdain, and we would like to dedicate this project to him. His life and art are models of compassion and humanitarianism. We like to think that he would have enjoyed, or at least tolerated, our very dumb goofs about him. Enjoy Vieux.
Hey there, listeners! We're your dirty boys and we're back in town, but we're not back in backwoods Oregon. We are in the sticky streets and the summer heats of New Orleans, Louisiana. I am Joe. I am joined here by Jonah and Andrew. What's up, guys?
Shit, I didn't know that Channing Tatum had a place called Saints and Sinners down in New Orleans.
He does.
Found out something new by looking at this here map.
You know, honestly, which would you say Mr. Tatum is himself? Because I know my answer.
I don't know, but he's got the best gumbo in New Orleans. At least they think so.
Best gumbo, New Orleans. Andrew, how are you doing?
I'm great.
So do you guys want to do a little bit of Session 0? Because we're going to be playing straight up Monster of the Week. Not our hacked version that we used for New Ridge. We're going to be using the luck meter. We're going to be marking experience every time there's a failure. Which, with you guys, I'm sure there's not going to be any failures. Do you want to tell us what playbooks you're using?
Absolutely. I'll be playing from the Monstrous playbook.
Ooh.
And the yin to Jonah's yang, I'll be the mundane.
Do you guys want to talk about this
I'm
anymore?
gonna die.
Or do you want to just jump right in?
I think I need to
Backstory.
get out there just a little bit because
Jonah, what's your backstory?
So Jonah, you are, for lack of a better word, a vampire.
That is true.
Could you tell us a little bit about being an undead minion of hell?
Yes. So I'm a tour guide.
An undead minion of hell.
Suck it.
My character, Rodolphe Baptiste, is a vampire who holds haunted tours, not vampire tours, like is actually a thing down there, but I'm a vampire that holds, ghost tours, around New Orleans, so that's very fun, you know. Born in, 1745, you know, sucked some blood around 1777 going forward when I got vamped.
So, are you a bloodsucker, or is there a specific vampirism that we're setting up?
You know, when you're fresh, you just kind of go for that life force, however you can get it. So there was some pretty savage bloodsucking, particularly around the French Revolution. But over time, I learned to refine my ways as I learned from some others more delicate ways of draining the life force from the living.
More noble ways to sip and grip.
Yes.
Your victims, as it were. And Andrew, just maybe a line or two, because it's going to be great.
Fuck.
My name is Kurt Semen. I look a little bit like a poor man's Paul Rudd.
Oh, no.
Oh, God.
Friendly face. Real friendly face. I was about 5'8". Kind of on the shorter side. Yeah, I was a child star in the 80s.
Can you tell me more about that?
Holy shit.
What was your breakout role as a child star, Kurt Semen?
My breakout role was as Kevin on The Fullest of the Houses.
Sure.
It was in 83.
My favorite pre-boot.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So, you're welcome, Olsons.
What have you been doing since then?
A lot of failed acting ventures for Kurt. He's recently been picked up as the host. Kind of one of those, let's reach out and make this happen. but became the host of an Amazon original series that's about ghost hunting.
And what's the name of that?
Spooky Times with Kurt Semen.
Great.
Amazon original series. Brought to you by Alexis.
Holy shit.
I'm gonna die, everyone.
I'm sure it will be fine. So once again, we're using straight up Monster of the Week. I'm so scared. Let's do this thing.
Oh my god. I just gotta say, I have an actual playbook this time since we're, really playing this game. Pick one from each list. Mysterious, unnerving aura, archaic clothes. So just like very, very French pirate tour guide.
I hosted the 1999 Kids' Choice Awards.
They slime you hard?
They always do.
Hell yeah.
Let me tell you about the slime that hit Kurt Semen. Listen.
You were a child star in the 80s. We can't go there.
I hosted in 99. It's totally different.
Okay, now that raises a lot of different questions that we're going to avoid.
Thank you.
Because it is
I was a
currently-
real young child star.
Yeah. As
It's like
Kevin
3. It was like an Olsen thing.
on the fullest of houses.
On the fullest of the houses.
Oh my god.
It was just a pilot.
It's a sweaty day. Mardi Gras was about 2 weeks ago, but even so, the energy on Bourbon Street is a lot higher than it should be at 4 p.m. on a Tuesday. It's a very, 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 very warm day, but in that way that you can kind of ignore if you have one of those radioactive ice slushies that they call in hand grenade. Kurt, you and your van, along with Bobby, your intern, roll up outside of... What is the name of the shop, Jonah?
The name of the shop, which I named before Andrew said his bit, is Father Spooky's Creepy Emporium.
Where Rodolphe Baptiste is preparing himself to lead one of his just wonderful ghost tours. Voted the best ghost tour by the Travel Channel.
My office is upstairs above the various oddities and spooky voodoo things.
Mm-hmm. So you walk down past Moonbeam, who is currently manning the front desk at Father Spooky's Creepy Emporium.
I give him a smile and a kiss.
Moonbeam barely looks up from the deep book of lore and mythology that he is reading, and is half-hearted, knock him dead, as you head out into the blinding sunshine. What happens to this version of Vampire in the sunlight? Do you just have to wear a lot of sunscreen?
There's a very high amount of SPF going on. Like,
He's a ginger.
hiding the smell of decay or the lack thereof or whatever, just like a very strong banana boat scent coming from Rodolphe.
Sure.
The main thing also, besides, needing the sunscreen, is that the eyes get very red, so he has these, like, little round sunglasses that he has.
Oh my god, John
You
Lennon.
have welding glasses?
like goggles.
I mean, it's like the same stuff, but he's had, a long time to work on these, so they look like normal glasses,
Sure.
but they keep the eyes nice and hidden. And of course, there's that long black mane with a little red streak in it, covering a lot of neck and ears, and the flowing almost roby thing. It's a costume from a costume shop.
Right. Basically.
Yes.
French. It's probably not dissimilar from what you wore in 1700s.
I look like a shitty French vampire, is what I look like.
An authentic one. So you sweep out in your regalia past Moonbeam and to
I have my cane.
Your cane, very important, to the crowd of waiting douchebags for your 4:20 p.m. ghost tour walk. You pass the scented candles and the good luck charms and the magic books that Papa Spooky sells at his Creepy Emporium, and you see what looks basically like a news or a production van pulled up outside. You see a version of Paul Rudd that you would think would be more handsome if only Paul Rudd wasn't as famous as he was. You see Kurt.
That means a lot. Well, hello there. You here from my haunted tour? Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to have a very spooky time tonight. Has anyone popped out of this van? Like, is he in
I
the,
assume-
in the van? Or?
Yeah, I mean, you're talking to me, so I'm guessing you're not just shouting at the side of the van.
There's like the people
Are there
around.
lots of people?
So there's maybe like 7 or 8.
Oh, okay.
It's
Nice.
not the busiest.
It's not my midnight tour.
Exactly. It's not the one where everybody's out and about. People are out at this time as the bro-tanked young man is. They are usually engaging in day drinking, sort of pre-gaming before the main event tonight. A mere 20 feet away on Bourbon Street. And you see this man. Do you have the camera set up?
Yeah, I think we're already ready to go. So I've got a sort of a camping backpack situation going on with a backward facing cam, like just face cam, and like also a GoPro on my shoulder.
You're Survivor Man.
Yeah,
but for
like
ghosts.
if you're familiar with the show Survivor Man, where the guy, not Bear Grylls, but the other guy would go out into the woods and survive by himself with all of his cameras, I'm doing that with ghosts.
Let's have a flashback just before, maybe in the van with Bobby, your intern, and Kurt is on a phone call with Priya, his producer. And she says, Kurt, you gotta get me something. It's New Orleans. It's one of the most haunted cities in America. Can you just, we need some fucking orbs. Get me an orb, Kurt.
I'll do my best.
Okay, I know you will. Please get me an orb.
Listen, I really appreciate Amazon and everything they're doing, and I'll make sure to get the product stuff in there as well, and I'll get you an orb or a ghost, or you know what? Who knows? Maybe we'll get Bobby to do some stuff with like a sheet again, or
or like a flashlight. That's
He'll stand at the end of a hallway and just flash a light on and off. We'll be fine. We'll get it.
And this guy you're talking to, Baptiste, in his tour you're about to take.
Yeah, is he like super weird or something?
No, he's like, he was interviewed on the Travel Channel, so he's kind of like the authority. So if he,
well, I know. I mean, just like the last guy you set me up with, Felix Montreal, who was a werewolf. Super weird guy.
Yeah, but he wasn't actually a werewolf.
Well, yeah, I know. I mean,
werewolves aren't real.
None of this is real. I'm with you.
Bobby, who is listening, I think, actually has a little moment, because his hero, the great Kurt Semen, ghost hunter extraordinaire, has just let loose the only blasphemy that a ghost hunter can say, which is that none of this is real. But he stifles it and goes back to readying a camera for some B-roll footage.
Bobby, you're amazing. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Kurt.
No worries.
I'm just so glad to have this opportunity.
Me too. I mean, I get to eat, so...
You're right. You're so funny, Kurt.
Yeah.
How do you stay humble?
You know, life kicks you hard enough. Oh my god, man.
Okay, well, have fun. I'll get some B-roll. I'll be at the Airbnb.
Cool.
That was a lot of B's I just said.
I'm proud of you,
Have
Bobby.
fun. Oh my god, that guy looks like a real ghost or something. And he points at Rodolphe. And the van door slides closed.
Oh yes, you're the one that we got the waivers from, yeah?
Yeah, that's me.
Oh,
Kurt Semen. I'm here.
Your name's Semen, the Brotank guy says.
I'm sure he's a very accomplished sailor.
Oh.
And I kind of lower the glasses just a little bit to show just a tinge of the red eye and a really raised eyebrow.
Whoa.
Flash a smile and put the glasses back up.
He slurps his hand grenade, which is a radioactive green ice drink.
Incredible.
I'm not a sailor.
I'm just fucking with you.
Alright.
So, I'm sure that you all have heard lots of things about this tour. This is one of the most haunted cities in the United States of America. Our friend Mr. Semen is very excited to be shooting. Have you all signed the waivers for his show?
Oh, yeah.
Excellent.
Brotank pulls it out, and it's very crumpled. He's like, here you go. We're going to see some ghosts now.
Absolutely. We will be going to one of the most haunted places in the city. St. Louis Cemetery No. 1, the oldest cemetery in New Orleans.
So tell me a little bit about the sort of nature. So it's a walking tour through the French Quarter of New Orleans.
Absolutely.
And it's all these ancient, what would they call, shuttered townhouses and stuff that have been around for a long time. Some of it's newer, some of it's been refurbished, but a lot of the architecture is the same as it was, including the St. Louis Cathedral. And all the churchyards with ancient bones of people you might have met at some point.
Oh, defo, at least a third of them.
Sure. So you are leading this tiny brigade through the streets.
Oh, definitely, and like a lot of going down like Bourbon Street, where all the party stuff's happening. I should say my particular way of siphoning life from folks is just through touch. I don't have to necessarily bite them, but through refining magic.
Just a hand on the shoulder.
Just a hand on the shoulder. There's a lot of, as we're checking out a particularly spooky place, grab one of the tourists by the shoulder and, oh, do you feel that cold chill? And the cold chill is me, just draining them a little bit.
Sure, yeah. So that's actually a part of the ghost tour.
Oh, yeah. Part of the tour is getting drained.
Getting drained a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
And I think as a vampire in this way, you have an understanding of what it feels like to be in New Orleans and to be among so much bustling life. And it is a little livelier than you thought, and it has been for like a week or two. Even after Mardi Gras, it's just sort of like the party. It's not the same people, but the party is continued. Obviously not at the same fever pitch, but on a Tuesday, it's a little...
I'm feeling a little plumper than usual.
It's a little lit,
Yeah.
and there's something nice about that. But also, it's kind of like it's almost like a buzz, a shot that hit you a little harder than normal. But you go about with your tour, draining people. Are there any highlights of this tour?
Oh gosh, I mean, we go by like the Omni Royal Orleans. Go by the Lalaurie Mansion. Oh, that one was Anthony Bourdain's favorite.
Whoa, the cooking man?
Oh yes, did you not see my special on the Travel Channel?
No, dude, that's fucking awesome.
Go back.
Oh my
and
gosh, did
watch
you guys
it.
just feel that?
What?
I felt it.
What?
Definitely hit me. No worries.
No, you feel it, and then like the bro tank guy,
Yeah.
I like put my hands on his shoulder. I'm like, you should feel it.
Oh my god. I kind of, yeah.
Slurp.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and he takes like a fortifying drink of his hand grenade. He's like, whew! Man, I don't know if it's the drink, but I'm a little, woo! Hey, I have a question.
Absolutely. Shoot.
Do ghosts fuck?
Absolutely. What else is there to do in the afterlife? Let's go!
Okay, because like I thought like in Ghostbusters, there's that one scene, even though they edited it out on TBS, because like the ghost definitely sucks that guy's dick.
You talking about Sigourney Weaver?
No, there's a ghost that sucks the guy's dick.
Do I look like a guy who watches movies? I'm too busy living life!
You should definitely watch movies. Or like sitcoms.
So
Support sitcoms.
as the tour. Oh my god!
I was on Dharma and Greg.
You got Dharma Greg.
It was like a one thing.
What the hell is a Dharma?
It's on TV. Don't worry about it. As you guys can see, I'm using this GoPro on my shoulder. You can purchase this off of Amazon. Yeah, Amazon for all your needs, everyone. All right.
So the tour continues. Not only is this sort of almost like not a fog, but it is a tangible thing for you seeing life force, and you're beginning to notice more and more unusually thick. And it's actually starting to take your attention away from the tour and Chaz, the Brotanks guys, unending questions. And one of his buds is like, Chaz, what, are you scared, man? He's like, nah, man, nah. I mean, I think ghosts are real. A real gay! And they all like sort of punch each other on the
Wait, so
shoulders
there's
and
like
all.
a fog thing rolling in?
That you don't see, but
Oh, I can't see it.
the sort of thickness of aura and life force becomes more apparent to Rodolphe Baptiste.
Just like Colt.
Yeah.
Can't see shit.
And
Monday.
you're not a life-sucking vampire.
How dare you?
So
I'm in an Amazon original series.
it's unusual. And it's starting to sort of drag your attention away from the tour, especially as it drags on past Lafitte's blacksmith shop, which is one of the oldest freestanding bars in the country. And
I'm like absent-mindedly just like throwing out quips about Anthony Bourdain and that time I was on the Travel Channel.
without too much ado, you turn the corner around Lafitte's blacksmith shop back onto Bourbon Street, and you see something that undoubtedly was not there last time you came around this way. It is a visual representation of what happens when another vampire feeds. One that you did not do. And not only just a little sip, but like a quite distinct sort of slurp.
So I see a person with this aura around.
What does it look like to you? Is it on a person or is it freestanding? Did it splatter against the walls? There's not a dead body, but there is the clear visual sign that you can pick up on aura-wise that another vampire, because it wasn't you don't remember doing it, has slurped and sipped.
But this was like a big slurp. Yeah, I think that if you have a big enough slurp, that it's kind of like aura is then leaking off of that person, and so it's kind of just like a hazy trail behind that would eventually, if you followed it far enough, probably lead to that person. But it just kind of like lazes through the streets, you know.
It's like Witcher.
Yeah, kind of like Witcher.
Like a breadcrumb trail kind of thing.
Yeah,
great.
Kind of like that, but yeah, kind of hazy back and forth. Like just looking at it, looks like somebody who's drunk because there's a lot of
back and forth,
and kind of zigzaggy going on.
So you have now arrived at the point of the tour where it's basically the halfway point. You take a little break at Lafitte's pub, get a beer, and decide whether you want to keep walking on this tour or not. But this is the case. It's just the sort of stop that you have at all times, and it's about a 15-minute break that everybody can grab a beer if they want, and then you resume the tour going back through. What do you guys do?
I don't notice anything with this vampire thing, right?
No.
Okay, cool.
It's very obvious.
You might be noticing, like, what do you do when you are getting footage to make it look like there's ghosts? Because Kurt does not believe in ghosts.
Right. Well, so like a lot of just like in the cemetery section.
Yeah.
I was doing lots of the like. Oh God, I just felt it. Did you guys feel that?
No,
and then I would occasionally do the ghost hunters camera jostle where it's like, I saw something. If only you guys were looking where I was looking. I should have a camera mounted on my head, but it's on my shoulder. I looked and I saw it and I turned and it was gone.
You're being a showman.
Yeah.
I'm sure that with whatever magical editing, somebody, maybe Bobby, can edit in orbs.
But I'm also having to like tell my story, so I'm probably hanging back behind the group a little bit, so I can be like, the tour guide, Baptiste, leads us through the cemetery. Here, we observe the spirits of the past. Just stuff like that.
I fucking love
so
it.
I can talk to myself and not like bother people.
I
I also
think-
want to be far away from Chad because he's gonna just fucking ruin every shot.
Once or twice he does.
I'm sure.
Yeah. Chaz does like go,
Chaz.
oh man, oh, here's a ghost, man, like kind of like making fun of you, but like
He's
after,
not sorry for party rocking.
Yeah, but after like he gets distracted and his friends like pull him up towards to the front of the thing, and he generally lets you alone, but he's being a real dick. What do you guys do when you get to Blacksmith Lafitte's shop?
Well, everyone, we have reached the midpoint of the tour. Those of you who are continued to get the real spooky stuff will continue with me in 15 minutes. Take a pee break, get another drink. You can walk around with it. I don't give a shit. But I will see you all here in exactly 15 minutes from what it says on that clock right there. And
So like 5:47 or something.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah. Cool. What do you do?
I'm gonna like kind of slink my way around, like kind of roundabout way to get to where I can pick back up on the trail, but I don't want anybody to like
Sure.
see me.
It's just right on the street, and they will see you walking out of the pub. I know exactly, like, Chaz is going to go up to the bar and order something horrible and just pour it directly into his other drink. It depends on what Kurt wants to do, whether he wants to follow you or see you or whatever. He's getting a drink.
What's the place we're at?
It's called Lafitte's Blacksmith Shop.
Okay.
And it's one of the oldest standing pubs in basically America. And it looks a little bit like a Victorian pub in Shakespeare in Love or something like that.
I'm gonna go in to Lafitte's place. I'm gonna check where everyone is. I'm gonna go towards the bathroom because maybe there won't be people back there, and I'll just go off by myself back there and start making like some like. What did you see that?
Okay.
Did you see that? I'm just gonna go look for some like weird shit to look at and put in the camera shots.
I love that.
Gotcha, yeah.
That weirdly sounds like investigate a mystery. Or like do you know
Yeah.
the same for you.
So like as he's doing that or whatever, like instead of like, oh, I'm sneaking out, I'll just like go outside, make sure that like if anybody's looking, it's just Chaz or whatever, and he won't give a shit, and then just like walk outside, and I'm like, oh hey, look like I see somebody I know, and just kind of boop away.
Sure.
Yeah.
And you're investigating this.
Yes, I'm gonna follow this lazy trail a little ways.
Give me 2d6 plus sharp, both of you.
I have a 9.
Great. You can ask, what is it, one question?
Yes. I'm gonna just ask in the camera, what can hurt it?
Given that we don't know what it is, or if there's any it, and the fact that you're making up an it...
Did you guys see that? Oh my gosh!
Based on how wildly you're swinging the camera, you think that if you can just get it on tape, you will know what it is and what you can hurt it. It's there in the corner.
It's not there. It's so fast.
This is a little keyfabe you're presenting for yourself and your audience.
That's great.
So I rolled an 11.
2 questions.
So as I start following this winding trail, I mutter to myself, "What happened here? Where did they go?"
So you have a vague understanding with, again, this leaky sort of thing. You have a vague understanding that wherever the person who got slurped went, they probably just rejoined the crowd. Maybe weaving a little bit more than they would given the alcohol and like the life force loss. But they're probably not going to die despite the size of the slurp. And what happened here was that specifically another vampire, one that I think we talked about this off mic, but no other vampires are in New Orleans to your knowledge.
Yes, the closest one's in like Baton Rouge.
Yeah, because there's more than enough life force to sustain multiple vampires, but you're probably the only one that stuck it out with the atmosphere and the chazzes of the world.
And
but
the sunscreen.
This is specifically another vampire.
Okay.
What does that mean to you? Is that a threat, or is it like a,
Well, is there a way for me to tell with what happened here? Is there a way for me to tell, like looking at the haze, if this was magic touch slurp or teeth slurp?
Given the lack of blood, magic touch.
Okay, all right, just making sure.
So it's at least a civilized vampire.
Okay.
Whatever that means. So what does this mean to Rodolphe?
It means that there must be a tourist in town. I don't know why the hell they didn't come visit me and make my presence pretty known on the dark web.
You're on like vampire Reddit?
Oh yeah. It's just everything.
You're like LARPing with other vampire LARPers, but you're actually a vampire.
I'm like r/RealAssVampires. No, that's the thing. Everything about Rodolphe is that it's so obvious that it can't be real.
Right.
At Real Vampire. At I'm a Real Vampire.
He's on Twitter.
What is his handle? Wait, quick. You have to register it first.
We'll take a quick intermission.
Let's take a quick little break.
Hello, everyone. Jonah here, just coming in at the interlude to say thank you for listening to Vieux here at the Quest Company. Trust me when I say that I know things seem weird now, but trust me when I tell you that it's only going to get weirder from here on out, folks. We had a blast recording this 3-part mini arc. We did it all in one night and just had so many laughs. So we hope you're enjoying it and that you continue to enjoy it. I got a couple announcements before we get back to the action. As always, if you enjoy what you're hearing here at the Quest Company, you want to hear more, you let us know what you think, please let us know. Give us a rating, a review on iTunes. Subscribe to us. You'll find us on Stitcher or Google Play or wherever the hell you get your podcast. We always love to hear from you. Also, you can find us on social media at the Quest Company, as well as the Connect page of our website, questcompanypodcast.com. I would like to thank Mr. Joe Leitess for editing Vieux, as well as all of the incredible artists whose music we use. Thank you to our very own Joe Cash for the Vieux theme, Spanky's House of Spanks. Thank you to tabletopaudio.com for the tracks Carnival and Lively Cafe. Thanks to U.S. Army Blues for the song Kelli's Number. And thanks to Mom Jeans for the song A03 Vampires. You can find more of their music on freemusicarchive.org. Additional sound design by Inspector J, Fool by Media, and Rodincoil. You can find more of their work on freesound.org. That's all for me, so let's get back to the action here on Vieux.
I'm just gonna make sure it's one that's not already on there, and then after this comes out, I don't give a shit.
Bobby's not with me, right?
Bobby's in the van.
Okay,
Or no,
cool.
Bobby said he was going back to the Airbnb to get some B-roll.
Right. So when I'm done with just getting a little bit of some extra footage of just like, it's an old place. I'm gonna make my way back out. Is there anyone like, I don't know, that doesn't appear to be like a Chaz of the world, where like I could maybe like get an interview with somebody, or like, you know what I mean, like someone that's not a complete idiot.
Yeah,
in the group.
One of Chaz's friends is a very sensible girl named Brandy, who is nevertheless double fisting two tall boys of, I think, Natty Light. And she
Good
seems...
wife she would be.
Oh yeah, what a good wife she would be. She seems very lucid, and in fact has been, at multiple times, keeping Chaz and the other dudes from being too much of an asshole. And she seems very enthusiastic about the sort of vibe, especially the blacksmith shop.
Cool beans. I'm gonna make my way over to Brandy.
She's a fine girl.
Yeah, she could steal a sailor from the sea.
Hey, you're Kurt, right?
Yeah.
You're on the video. You're on, what is it? Creepy, it's the Amazon. It's the ghost.
Yeah, we haven't really landed on the name yet.
Really?
Yeah.
Then how the fuck do I know about it? Seems like a canonical error.
No. I mean, there's a name.
Yeah, I
but,
signed the waiver.
Yeah, they're still switching it around. Yeah.
How do you like it?
It's great. It's really great. Working with Amazon's pretty awesome.
She lets out like a mini burp. She's like, "That's awesome."
Yeah. So I was wondering if I get like an interview of you for the show.
That's great. I've been here for 2 days. It's awesome. I love New Orleans.
Fantastic.
What do you want to know?
Did you happen to watch Hanging with Mr. Cooper in the 1997?
I'm afraid not. I would have been 3 years old.
No worries, Brandy. Anywho, just how are you feeling about the ghosts?
I'm feeling
Are you
great.
pretty spooked?
Well, I mean, it's pretty spooky. I think our tour guide is a little bit of a ghost himself. Ooh.
I think so too.
She takes one of the natty lights.
I've gotten a lot of good footage.
Crushes it. Oh yeah.
Yeah, you have to check it out when the show drops.
Are you just doing the show? Because it's really fun downtown. There's like statues and like living statues, and there's a guy who's like naked and he's playing guitar. Not naked, he's wearing like bathing suit bottom. And there's a guy with a monkey costume running around. And there's a guy who is dressed like Darth Vader, who is like sort of doing this weird dance to Phil Collins in the air tonight. I can't really explain it without spilling my beer. But it's a fucking great town.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you go have fun. I think I'm gonna be seeing some of the night stuff.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, do you want a drink or something?
No, I'm okay. I can't. On the job.
Oh, sure. Oh, there's the monkey guy! There's the monkey guy!
I turn and I'm like,
oh! And like her friends like sort of go, woo! And pour out of the bar afterwards. You don't see a monkey guy. And they sort of go down Bourbon Street and abandon the tour. 15 minutes have passed.
the monkey guy was a phantom.
At Rodolphe, the sexy French vampire, is like slinking down the way, just trying to see if like... wait, how long has it been?
15 minutes.
Okay.
Or maybe 10 minutes, let's say, during that lovely interview with Brandy.
Some good footage.
She's a fine girl. What a good wife she would
I'll
be.
show her, and there'll be like a little sharp sound spike, and we'll be like, "Did Brandy make it out?" None of her answers will be on there, but just like her face.
Oh, I love New
She has
Orleans.
a good face for saying nothing and being on film.
And you made her look very good.
Yeah.
You're doing the Survivor Man thing where you are your own cameraman.
Yeah.
And it's great. So while that's happening, what are you doing?
Yeah, so I think that about 10 minutes was like slowly slinking, following it, and then just kind of dissolves into the crowd, and then I quickly slink back to the pub to see who's remaining. Not really caring because I already got their money.
You did, and that's how it works, and that's how it worked for me.
I'm gonna wait out front when it's getting close to time.
You see Kurt and, I don't know, two tourists and a married couple. What do they look like? I think they're Japanese tourists. Just enjoying
I don't
things.
know their names, but in my head they're Michael and Gladys.
Hoshi, no!
What a deep cut. From a different property. Leave this table. So you have 3 people, as the rest of the people have taken off after the monkey guy.
I see that our other friends have been taken by the party monster. Ooh, spooky. But
We're
you
going
all
to cut the ooh spooky part, but the rest of that was really good.
wait. I can give you another one. Hold
Okay,
on.
sure.
Wait. Are you?
I'm always.
And then I, with a whirl of my cloak, come around. Looks like our other friends have been captured. And then the glasses come down with the eyebrow up by the party monster.
We'll probably cut it at captured, but good. Do you take acting lessons somewhere?
I've been in a studio or two in my life.
I've been looking for like some new coaches, but
Really?
yeah.
Well, we might have to have a talk after the tour, Captain Semen.
I'm not a captain.
On with the tour, Michael Gladys. Let's go.
Michael and Gladys, whose names are definitely not that. Follow you on the tour. Do you want to do anything else on this tour, or like what? Is there a specific thing that you wanted to accomplish as Rodolphe, given this tour?
I think that definitely, like, just after that little diversion, do the rest of the standard tour. Mm-hmm. You know, siphon off a little bit of all three of them to give him a genuine spooking for his.
Roll 2d6 plus tough.
Not bad. This is a 10.
Yeah, it's a
There's no
10.
modifier.
You don't even yawn. You just have a little wave of, but don't even yawn.
What was that?
You turn it into a ghost thing.
I was trying to give him some genuine footage.
Also, Amazon users, you can buy Mr. What was your name?
Rodolphe Baptiste.
Rodolphe. I wanted to say Rodolphe, but then I was like, Sebastian? Rodolphe. You can buy Rodolphe's glasses. They're the Jupin Round Retro Polaroid sunglasses, driving Polaroid sunglasses, mint steampunk off of Amazon for $15.98 Prime.
Anthony Bourdain has them.
I can't confirm that.
So the tour ends. It's about, it's a good long tour. I would say it's like 6:30, and the sun is truly setting, and Jackson Square is sort of bathed in this beautiful orange soupy light, and Bourbon Street is really starting to come alive. I mean, really starting to come alive. Mm-hmm. It's approaching the levels of celebration on this Tuesday night, and you have finished the tour. And you know, Rodolphe, you can now, maybe keeping an eye out as you can walk through the rest of the French Quarter, you can definitely sense the presence of another vampire somewhere in the French Quarter.
Interesting.
What do you guys do?
So I wave goodbye to Michael and Gladys, give them both a kiss on the cheek and a little souvenir thing
They
as
get a
part
picture
of their
disposable with you.
Absolutely, yeah. They get the disposable picture. The people who actually finish the tour get like a little trinket at the end from the shop, and I send them on their merry way, and I say,
and they were never seen again.
Do you show up on film?
Do what?
Do you show up on film?
Well, see, the sunscreen does.
And your clothes.
My clothes do. So, in a way, yeah.
So they're like, oh, how did he do that? Michael and Gladys will never know because they were never seen again.
They were never seen again.
So, Kurt, to update you, you have a great deal of this footage of the tour itself, and not as much as you hoped of the nightlife. And
listen, most of this is going to get cut.
Right. But for the full Priya experience
Yeah.
from your producer, she wants like all aspects, like the spooky nighttime and also like the dusky afternoon. So what do you guys do after you give Michael and Gladys a little smooch on the cheek?
Well, we have set up like a private tour, right?
Oh, absolutely, it was part of the paperwork.
Yeah, I was just double checking.
The father worked it out, so we will be taking a little private tour.
The who? Who?
The father? Father Spooky.
Right.
He was the go-between for the gig.
Yes.
Yes. So we
my man. All right.
We have the private tour worked out. Captain Semen and myself.
Voiceover. Who was this father? And why did he have such power over Baptiste?
Who was Captain Semen? Baptiste keeps referring to him. I don't know. Perhaps I'll find out one day. One day.
Captain Semen, you will be receiving the private tour. And I will say, we will be going a little bit off the beaten path tonight. There is something in the air. I feel it and I smell it. I don't know if you have...
Baptiste said there was something in the air. I wasn't sure if he was right, but it smelled like sunscreen. smelled like sin.
Now, here's a question. Are you saying this out loud during the tour with your own microphone, or is this VO that you will add later? Or both?
I think both.
I'm assuming that Rodolphe is getting interrupted.
I'm assuming that it's just like it's kind of like taking notes.
It's a voice memo.
It might be like we're gonna put that in later.
You're gonna record it cleaner.
But
later.
It's like, oh, that would be a really good spot for like
sin.
They were never seen again.
You're drafting it.
Yeah,
I love it.
It was in the paperwork, so Rodolphe is not concerned.
Yeah, I know.
He got the money.
I'm sorry, it's kind of weird. I know, but like Amazon gets what they want. Like,
oh, I believe that.
They got my nuts in a vice.
Oh, really? How tight? Like a tight grip on your balls?
He asked how tight the vice was. I wasn't sure how to answer him. Too tight. Too tight. It's pretty tight.
Nice.
But not like in a good way. Like, bad.
Oh, not in a sensual way. More of a pleasant grip.
Yeah, you're not like a fan of like sitcoms. You didn't watch a lot of TV.
I have not watched much TV. No,
you strike me as kind of like a reader.
I read a lot of books.
Good for you. Like, good on you.
Thank you very. A lot of erotic historical fiction.
Game of Thrones.
You could say that.
If you look anything like the guy with the picture I sent you that this character is based on, you also look like you play a lot of Counter-Strike. And then you argue about the balance of Counter-Strike online.
Oh my god.
You grew up from the World of Warcraft kid.
I mean, I'm not only on the vampire dark web and Twitter.
But if you want to know about like this sort of feeling, like and where it leads.
Oh yes. So like as part of your private tour, we will be going a little bit off the beaten path. As I mentioned, the smell, the feeling, the balls. There's something special, and I think that I don't know if you've read this about me in the many articles that have been written and in the Anthony Bourdain special, but I am a little bit of an amateur ghost hunter myself. So I know the things to watch out for. So if you come with me, I'm sure we will find something otherworldly.
Well, fantastic. And if we do, I've got this, and I whip out a very strange-looking gun.
Just pull it out.
Yeah. It looks like a gun handle with almost like an LED flashlight on the top of it. This is an Amazon Ghost Phaser. Hey, you can buy it for $200 off Amazon.
No shit, huh?
Totally works.
Nice.
Amazon promised. So,
On what?
I'm not afraid. Ghosts. It will wreck a ghost. Since you're an amateur hunter, you should check it out.
I will have to add that to my toolkit. I need something besides this, I guess. And I break my cane apart and pull out the cane
god!
sword.
Oh my god!
I kind of whip it around a little bit like this, a full swish.
It was at this point I thought I might die. Was my tour guide to hell?
Maybe
we should seriously put that away though. It's like we're like in an open street.
I essentially as possible resheathe the cane sword.
I have a question about the cane sword.
Yes.
Walmart, Amazon, or is it a real sword and a real cane?
It
it
belongs to the vampire that bit me.
Mm-hmm.
Louis the 16th.
Right.
Her name was Ambrosia.
I hardly know it.
Well, I had to put her down. She was a little too bloodthirsty, even with all the other revolution stuff going on, and
sexist.
But now I have the sword. So the cane sword, like regular walking cane, at the tip of it is like a really grotesque. It looks like a old wizard, making a really gross face.
Ugh.
Because it's that picture that I sent you from when I was at the antique shop of the actual cane that had this weird wizard face
we'll
on it.
We'll put it on the Instagram.
It's gonna be on there. But that's what's at the head of it.
That's amazing. So you have whipped out your sword cane, and you have whipped out your Positronic Ghost Killer 5000.
I put it away too.
You put it away.
I'm pretty sure it's a flashlight.
You guys are no longer strapped in public, and the scent, the feeling, it almost feels like a thrum, different from the thrum of Life Force to your right over on Bourbon Street, of the thrum of perhaps another of the vampiric nature. comes from the south, towards the more higher class places where there's oyster bars and steak houses, and more towards the Hyatt and the sort of higher end hotel.
Okay, like toward the Arts District?
Yeah, towards the south of the French Quarter on your map right there.
Okay.
Andrew, I'm so sorry, I meant to give you this map. The X is where it started, and you are going along, basically, from Jackson Square south, following your nose. And the sun is setting more and more. It's getting past dusk. You are beginning to see the nightlife either migrate towards Bourbon Street. Conservative is the wrong word, but the chiller groups settling down for cafes and steakhouses and stuff in the nicer part of town where you are walking.
As it starts kind of getting dark, do I see anything just like around me that's kind of spoopy looking?
Tell us about some spoops that you give for your tours.
So, like...
Cemeteries.
Yeah, there's some cemeteries along the way. Occasionally, there's just like a creepy-looking balcony that it's like, oh yeah, there's... at this time every day, a ghost appears in the window of the balcony and walks past, and all things like that. And
why aren't we there at that time of day?
Because this was the time that you booked to come here.
But I wanted to see ghosts, though.
Right, but you booked the tour at this time.
I didn't book it.
Priya did, yeah.
Fucking Priya.
Yeah, Father talked to Priya, so like we could have hooked it up so you were there. I mean, it's later at night, so maybe on the way back we'll swing back and you.
If we can swing back, that'd be great.
No, I think that we could totally.
It would just be really great because the Amazon's kind of on my ass right now to get some like real footage.
Absolutely,
and so like
we'll swing back around on the way back and we'll make sure to get your fancy shot.
Thank you. I need like the money shot.
Nice.
I heard that about you.
And as we're going, and there's like drunk people bopping around, like anytime one of them kind of veers into my path and like seems like they're gonna bump into me, like kind of like gentle shoulder, like just nudge them along their way. Sit.
You're Assassin's Creed walking through the crowd, where you like touch every single person in like a 30-foot radius around your core.
He's just like, he comes off as like a very like affectionate, friendly guy. He's like, oh, hey, good to see you.
I think you're like, a fixture too.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Like people know you.
Oh yes,
you're like the Darth Vader guy,
hiding in the most plain sight. Yes.
Yeah. I wonder if he's a cryptid. Maybe we'll find out next arc or this one. Anyway,
I mean, he's the boss at the end. Solved it.
Solved it.
We drink the blood of virgins and get drunk in the park. We always pass out dead. We are creatures of the dark, and every single night we raise it from the mire. We're not only lovers, but bloodthirsty vampires. And we're always dancing in the moonlight, with blood on our lips and predatory eyes. Our skin's pale white and nails like knives. In the city's dark and alleys is where our passion thrives. And of course, we wear all black and visit local haunts. We howl with the wolves. We do exactly what we want. And when the bar's closing at 2 a.m., you know that's when the real fun begins.